On this episode of Geek Responsibly, we cover where are DC and Marvel universes going?
TV shows that are discontinued and what we think is happening.
Movies that are already out and those that are up and coming.
And the Wizard of Oz, yo! So, boom goes the dynamite. Let's start the show.
Hey guys, you're about to enter a world that we geek responsibly. This is going to be a podcast that you will enjoy for the rest of your life. Here is Jenna and Bridget.
When no one is around you. It tastes like burning. That's perfect.
And we are here for your pleasure. No.
Well, I can talk louder. It's gotta get off mute. Welcome to the podcast. Stage fright. Well, hi everybody. Welcome to season 2, episode 3 of Geek Responsibly with Jenna and
Bridget.
Me. We're talking about a lot of nerd stuff today, but before we get into that, we wanted to do our weekly catch-up, which we're starting today. So it's going to be
it's brand new. It's a new thing.
It's because we do this when we meet each other every week anyway, so we figured we'd start recording it.
Yeah, why not? You guys can see exactly what we're doing and kind of catch up with us as well.
So, since we're catching up, how was your week last week?
I went to Disneyland.
Tell me all about it.
I'm super excited because it was my first time ever being in Disney.
Shut up.
No.
I thought you went before.
Nope.
Okay, now I feel like a horrible friend.
Never been to Disneyland. And
But you went, hold on.
I've been to California.
Okay, but this is the first time you've gone to Disneyland.
Yes.
And I checked the weather, and it was going to rain.
Yes.
So the first time you went to Disneyland,
it rained.
It rained. Okay.
Yeah. Probably because they knew that the devil was coming. And they were like, how can we make it so it's not super hot here? And then I showed up. So with that,
it rained the whole time?
It didn't rain the whole time.
Okay.
The first day was Valentine's Day. We went, and we didn't go until like a little bit later, like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Do they do anything different for Valentine's Day? Like, do they decorate it differently or
Yes.
not really?
On my Instagram, I have a couple of pictures, but they'll put like hearts around everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some balloons that were Valentine's Day related.
Oh.
They had some cute things that they were doing, but because it was raining, a lot of people were just like, oh my God, and like running away. So there was that. It was sprinkling a lot, but then we were just running.
Have an umbrella? Or
We
did you
did
get,
have an
like,
umbrella.
a raincoat?
We did not have a raincoat. I had like my regular jacket,
Yeah.
which is kind of like a rain jacket
Okay.
because of Arizona. And
Hi, Layla.
so this is what you guys can see is Layla always decides to walk in front of the camera. She can be a part of...
I'm just gonna Dr. Evil it for the entire time.
She'll totally be fine for the rest of the time.
Like, stay.
Here you go. Okay, Kikins. So there was... I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Pros and cons of going when it rained.
Perfect. No lines.
Okay.
So the
like,
lines...
absolutely no lines. Nothing.
Literally, I probably waited in line maybe 15 minutes for each ride.
That's pretty damn good.
Right? So we went to Pirates of the Caribbean, and that was my first one. By the way,
That was my first.
I've
too.
never been on a roller coaster.
That's-
In my life.
I saw that on Instagram, and I was gonna be like, bullshit. But like, and then I was trying to think about it. It's like we never talked about ever doing like going to a place or like growing up and seeing that. So I didn't know if you actually did. So I figured I'd wait to see you in person and be like, bullshit.
So I've been on one roller coaster. It was a kitty.
Okay.
It was a kiddie coaster. I got so sick and I was
Shut up.
crying.
No.
My dad had to like come and like save me.
No, on the kiddie coaster.
It was an alligator, and it was like, yeah. I cried through the whole thing, and I was probably 12 when all the other kids were like 7.
Was it like a legit like place, or was it one of those like when they set up
a fair?
They set up a
It was
fair
like a
in
fair.
a parking lot
Yeah.
over the weekend, and nothing. You can't really trust anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of those
scary.
like Rocco Modern's Life
Oh.
like fairs.
Yeah.
So it was fun. So I went on Pirates first, and that one had the 2 drops. And
Did you freak out?
I did freak out a little bit, but I was like, okay, we're gonna have fun. So I was fine. And then I can't remember what other ones we did that day, but the following day
Did you have snacks? Sorry, I'm jumping
did
ahead.
churros.
I haven't had churros. I went during Passover, so I couldn't really eat anything.
Got it.
It
Okay.
sucked.
Well, I've been doing like a gut cleanse,
Okay.
but
So you're trying to be good, or you're like, F it, I'll come back to it later.
well, I was trying to be good at first.
Okay.
And I had like my little lunch, like my little packs and everything set up, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna eat these, and then only when we go to restaurants I'll have like salad and stuff. And I was like,
A for effort.
fuck that. I went right to the churro, and I was like, it's okay, I just won't eat one of my, they're called fuelings, which, mind you, I've actually dropped 10 pounds already from doing it, but I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna gain 10 pounds again being from Disney. So I was like, churro was the first one.
Yeah.
The next one was what did I have? I can't remember. But then all of a sudden,
turkey leg.
No,
It was pretty good when I had that.
it unraveled from there though.
Oh,
I'll
no.
just say,
Oh, no.
like, we went to Italian restaurant, brewery, and then I was like, fuck it, rum bar.
So you cracked open the seal, and you're like,
Yeah.
fuck this. all
If
the
I
way
was
down.
sitting in line and I had a fueling, I would be like, okay, can't, like, bar,
Yeah.
shake, I'm doing well, all the other stuff. So then I felt like shit, and then I was like, I'm just gonna restart on Monday. Perfect. Sounds good. From there, we went on Cars the next day.
Mm-hmm.
We waited in line 60 plus minutes just to get on Cars the next day because there was no rain.
Oh.
Didn't rain yet. People were waiting again, and I was like, this is the worst thing ever. I was getting hungry. All the people that we were with, which was just 2 other people, and Steve, were like, and Steve,
everyone and Steve,
and Steve, they were like, we don't even want to do anything because there were so many lines. So finally we got through to Cars, and I got super sick.
Really?
From Cars. Oh my God.
I've actually never been on Cars. So is that like an up and down kind of thing?
So you go through the town.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm like, okay, this is okay. This is okay. I'm okay. There's this big tractor that comes out, and then they do the whole like, blah, blah, like,
and that's
I'm
all
like,
it took?
okay, I'm okay still. I'm still alive. But the problem was when you get to the ending, you get up to another car.
Yeah.
And you race them. So it's people from there, and I'm like, oh, hey, like, and I'm thinking, okay, like, it's only 40 miles per hour. That's, like, less than what I do on the highway, right? And it goes, you're like, like, go, and then they, like, take off.
Yeah.
But then you're like, sideways! And I'm like, nope. So the picture that and then there's 2 or 3 drops in a row. So it literally goes like this, this, and then one big one. And I was like, that last third one.
That's all it took.
I was like, I am done.
So,
the picture that they took.
Do you have it?
No, we didn't get it. Luckily, Steve was like, I'm getting this one.
Okay.
The picture is everybody going like this, and me like this. And my hair is everywhere, and I'm like screaming in Steve's arm.
Because I feel like if your hair wasn't in your face face would have been this.
Yeah, I would have been like nonstop. No,
so
my face was in his armpit.
So, would you have gone on like the Mad Hatter spinning cups, or is that?
I did do it.
How'd that feel?
So, after that ride, I was like, yeah, that was too much. They're like, good thing you didn't go on Space Mountain. I'm like, cool.
Wow.
We went on into Fantasyland. So the people that we went with, the girl that was with us was super nice and was like, it's okay. They'll go do their boy rides.
Oh, so
and then
she
stayed and helped me. Yeah. And she's like, I was like, let's go to Alice in Wonderland. So we like went on those Alice in Wonderland, which those ones in Fantasyland are super old school.
Yes.
And they're trippy as fuck. Like you need to be on LSD to be like riding down this shit, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? I am on like so much drugs right now, and I didn't even take anything. So there was that. After that ride, then we're like, well, let's go on the spinning cups. And I was like, okay, psych myself up before the guys get here.
I would assume that you wouldn't do well on that. If you didn't do well on cars.
I would too.
Okay.
So we went on it and it was fine because we didn't spin as much.
Okay.
So like it was just kind of doing its own thing.
You're literally just in a cup and it's just
it's going like this. And we kind of spun it a little bit, but we were like both like, it's too hard. Like, why is it not moving? So that was fun, and I enjoyed that with her. Then the guys showed up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, already did it. Let's try it again for a second time and see how I do. And then we have 2 big dudes and 2 girls.
No.
We were like this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys can't spin it. That's my leg.
Yeah.
But they tried. And so the guys are like,
of course. Yes, they would. Yeah.
It starts spinning and I'm like, I'm about to throw up. I was like, twice. I was like, whoa.
See, I didn't know this about you because like if I go to places, I'm all about the roller coasters. I'm all about like they had one on Darien Lake called the Superman, and it was like at the time it was like the biggest street drop.
Mm-hmm.
Love that stuff. But I can't.
Is that similar to the Guardians now, or like the Tower of Terror?
No, it just starts really high and it goes a straight drop, and then you do the roller coaster.
Oh, got it.
And I like the roller coasters that go upside down and all that stuff. There's this one called the Slingshot, and you'd come up, you'd go upside down, and then it would run backwards. But the thing I can't handle is this one. It was like in a janky gypsy like parking lot, the ones that they build. It was called the Wheel of Fire, and it was just. I was so young. And it was, so they buckle you in, right? And it just spins in a circle. And I remember coming out of the seat. I remember being lifted off. I remember my safety stuff not really holding me in. And I'm gripping the things that are in front of me. And every time it spun down, I'd go, stop the ride! Stop the ride! And
wait, is that because your stuff was not on?
Yeah, my stuff was falling off. I was falling out of my chair, and I was little, and I literally was like, stop the ride! Every time, like screaming at the guy, stop the ride! So they didn't stop it. I think it naturally ended.
But so I could just see it coming.
Just hear me.
Stop the ride! Stop!
Yeah, this kid screaming, stop the ride. So when I finally got out of it, I was gripping so hard that it took me a while to like unlatch. My hands were so
was it just like 30 seconds?
I was white knuckled like badly. I don't know how long it was. It felt like eternity.
Oh my god.
I also hate that pirate ship one. Have you ever seen that?
Oh, and then they spin. Like, it spins up. Oh
yeah,
no.
so it's like this. You're like, and then it goes. Yeah, I can't. So I like ones that go upside down, but I don't like when it's just a circle because then I'm just like, well, I'm gonna die and fall right out.
Yeah, and I didn't like anything that would go up and over. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'll do things that are, up and down, side to side. That's fine. I'll try it.
I can't believe that the cars made you easy. I've never even been on it, but I just can't imagine that.
So have you been on Thunder Mountain?
When I went, yes, I was on the Matterhorn.
Not the Matterhorn. That's one too, and it was like whistling and making noises, and I was like, no.
I feel like I went on that one. One of them like really jostled you around, and you need a decent sports bra for that.
Probably the Matterhorn.
There was one made out of wood at this place called Knoebels, called the Predator. I think I was upset. I was with my sister, and you get beat up. You get beat the fuck up. And at the end, I screamed something about like my ovaries were falling out. And, like, someone laughed down below. Because I was probably, like, 13, 14. And I was like, my ovaries! And some person below heard me and started laughing. That shit hurt bad. A wooden roller coaster? Really?
Bad idea, guys. That's all terrifying. But I went on Thunder Mountain 3 times.
I don't know what Thunder Mountain is. I want to say I went on it, but I don't remember.
So it's over in the Frontierland.
Okay.
So you go through, like, Fantasyland, you go to Frontierland. And it is... Layla.
She tried.
She did. Valiant effort, my friend.
I feel like I did Space Mountain. I did some haunted thing.
That was in Tomorrowland. And Haunted Mansion I did.
The Haunted Mansion, I couldn't go down Splash Mountain because it was broken. And I went to Pirates of the Caribbean like 5 times. Yep. It was the first thing I went. I fucking ran in. We got there when it opened up.
Yeah.
Ran in. And we rode it a couple times and we ended with it.
Yep.
And it broke down. We got stuck in it.
Oh my gosh.
We got stuck in it right at the end, like in the prison or wherever. So we got stuck right in there, and like you're feeling all the other boats like hit you, and we're like, well, this is where we're gonna die. And then finally, like, again, probably 15-20 minutes go by, and it like caught, and then we finally went up. But we were sitting there for like 10 minutes with the things like singing at us, and like in a dark cave. I still love that one. I still do. But I was like, holy shit.
I was thinking that the whole. Oh, I went to Indiana Jones.
Oh, I didn't do that one.
That one was a little jerky.
Okay. Is it the jerking that gets you, or the
down?
So there's this fantastic. If you drive down
Chandler Boulevard,
that goes down to downtown Chandler. That
and then that road, that one that gets me.
Mark drives super fast to do that to me. It's it's that feeling.
Yep.
And I just
it's as my stomach is leaving my body.
Yeah.
Along with my ovaries are in my chest.
Everything.
Talk about chesticles.
Yeah,
right. My ovaries are literally up here.
God.
So that was my weekend and week. I guess weekend.
Yeah.
Week. I left on Thursday or Wednesday. How was yours? What'd you do? Did you play video games?
No, I worked. I had my friend turned 40, so we went out and took pictures. We took pictures of him in the morning, and I was so excited because it rained the day before, so I was like, yeah, fucking clouds. Nope, no clouds, full sun. And then I had to drive up to Fountain Hills for headshots, but they wanted it in front of the fountain that goes off every hour on the hour, but it only goes off for 15 minutes. So I had to take these headshots in 15 minutes in full sun. So that was fun.
Fuck.
And then I had the most raddest wedding on Monday, and the best man.
The one with
So the best man, the wife was trying to surprise her husband because he had always wanted Chewbacca to be at their wedding, and he had joked with her about it. And there's more to the story a little bit later too. But so there's that. So she had his best man forget the rings, fake forget the rings. So the guy's up there, he's like, oh no shit, I don't have the rings, and you can see the groom. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? So the guy runs out of the ceremony, and I tell the bride, maybe not a good idea. Like, you're gonna freak everyone out. She's like, oh no, it's fine. I want to push it there. So the guy runs out. He's gone for about 2 minutes. The officiant knows about it, so he's like, talking to the crowd. He's like, hey, so what are you guys doing today? Like, trying to make it not like too awkward. And then the guy changed into a Chewbacca outfit and came walking back down the aisle. And the groom literally looked at his bride and her friend. He's like, oh, you guys. So he's like laughing. The guy comes up and they put like a little medal on him. And the ceremony like ends up going through. But I have half the pictures, like they're putting rings on. And this guy in a Chewbacca mask is in every photo. And I was pivoted up front, so like I have this like dead Chewbacca face just staring into my soul, and I sent her a picture. It's so funny because you just can't unsee it. So I found out later after the wedding that I guess he was telling her as he was younger, when he was a kid, that he was really upset that Chewbacca doesn't get a medal in the movie because he doesn't. They medal on Solo, they medal Luke.
Right.
Yeah. So he was really upset about it. He's telling me this and he's crying. Like he's like tearing up and he's crying.
This guy I need to meet.
No, he's
clearly
hilarious. So he's like, I always thought he deserved a medal, and he's crying about the Chewbacca, but he's crying because he's trying to tell me that he's like, and she's the only one that can always surprise me, essentially. So it's like, it was really sweet when he was talking about his wife like that. Later in the night, he put the mask on. He's rapping Beastie Boys and drinking a beer out of it, which was so funny. He ended up surprising her by buying her a fucking like moped. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. They did their first dance and
what color was it?
Gray.
Okay.
It was supposed to be blue.
But
the
like a light blue
to match her Mini Coupe apparently. So it's like a dark blue with white stripes or something.
Yep.
But so because he called me a couple days before the wedding, he's like, "We're gonna do this," or something happened that it wasn't gonna work. It wasn't gonna show up on time. So he was trying to come up with something that we could give his wife, like photography wise, and then we didn't hear from him. So I'm at the wedding and her dress is heavy and I'm trying to find a place to put it. And they give me the code to this other room. They're like, oh yeah, you can go in there. Her gift's in there, but yeah, you can go in. I was like, okay. And I walk in with a dress and I'm like, oh, it fucking came in because I saw the scooter. And I was like, fuck yeah. So I had to make sure she didn't know for the whole time. But after they did the first dance, they announced he had a surprise. And then the cake song, She's Going the Distance, She's Going for Speed.
Yes!
It starts playing. And everyone's like, what the fuck? And then you hear meep meep, and like the guy, one of his groomsmen, like brought it in. It was really
gosh,
cool.
that is so sweet.
It was probably one of the funnest weddings I've shot in a long time. They had like pom poms. They danced down the aisle. There was no traditional like wedding music. It was like her coming down to like very superstitious or whatever it was. Like it was a party from the get-go. It was so fun.
That actually sounds awesome.
That Monday kind of made up for, because I had to work the whole weekend, so that Monday kind of made up for, like that felt like a weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna put my camera away and I want to stay and party with these people. But it was a lot of fun. So that's pretty much what I did.
You had a great week.
A Monday. I had a great Monday.
Monday morning. Now to make it even worse, we're just gonna bring down the excitement with all the stuff that we have to talk about today.
No, we're not bringing down the excitement. We're talking about things that need to be talked about. So let's start the show, season 2, episode 3.
Oh yeah, I don't even know if we said that.
I did.
But whatever.
I did. I fucking did. I did my job.
Episode 3 in season 2. So we're going to be talking about the comic entertainment whole slew of things. Yep, movies, TV shows, etc., and where it's going and what we currently are hearing through the grapevine, and also how we feel about it. So, as you know, comics obviously were not a super fun thing to do. People didn't read comics.
Well, they do, but I wonder if it's kind of like on a decline because of
all the movies,
technology.
TV, yeah.
Technology.
Now, just to let you know,
and you want stuff instant, you know.
Just to let you know, Comixology has a bunch of like you can go on to Amazon.
Sorry, Layla hair is all over my nose. Like people are gonna think I'm like a coke addict or something. I'm sorry.
You might want to move over.
Yeah,
too.
I saw you shove my face.
Hold on. There we go. Let me go ahead and talk here.
I'm just gonna stay right there.
Right here. Where's Bridget? Where'd you go?
Yeah, bitch. Okay.
We'll put it over here. Here, right there.
Wants me closer. Okay, so
move a little closer.
So explain what you were talking about with the
Amazon.
Okay.
Amazon has a extension because obviously it's a fucking monopoly. I love you, Amazon, but Jesus fucking Christ. It's just like Disney. Disney buying everything. Yeah. Amazon's buying everything.
Disney probably owns Amazon.
Secretly, I probably believe that. With that being said, on Amazon, you can get something called Comixology. And you can actually get, it's like books and everything comic related on that app.
So it's like the Marvel and DC apps where if you're paying a monthly subscription, you have access to all the digital comics.
That is correct. So anything that's coming out, you can pre-order.
Yeah. And
that will allow you to get those comics that are coming out. And then the ones that have already come out, you can purchase, back order, volumes, other things.
Which
graphic
I feel
novels.
like a lot of people are going with nowadays. Because one, it's like going in and starting to read comic books, it can feel really overwhelming and you're not sure where to start because everything restarts and resets over and over again. And then it's like you have people who are buying the comic books, but not to read. They're buying the key issues or the key art.
Yep.
So then they're kind of in it for the collecting aspect of it and not necessarily for
reading.
For the reading part of it, yeah. Which
I always buy one for myself and then one for saving. If it's a comic book that
God, you're a fucking collector.
I'm collecting. So, with that being said, comics are still relevant. People are still reading them and collecting them. But there is this whole other aspect that we have now, which is movies, TV shows, and whatever else they're freaking making. Like I said, when I went to Disneyland,
game boards.
It was ridiculous how many things were.
Because Disney is Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was interesting walking into the Disney stores and all of a sudden it was all these things. I was like, Jesus, what the hell? There's like Avengers shit everywhere. There's comic figures, whatever.
Is there part of you that kind of wanted Disney just to be Disney and you were kind of not wanting to have the... Were you not wanting the comic book part of that as far as Disney? Was that like, did it ruin that experience for you because of that or no?
Well, with Disney, I feel like Disney movies. Disney movies.
Yeah. Disney to us was not action. It was not superheroes.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't. It was you had your princesses, your prince, your pirates, your, it just wasn't.
I think the last time I was there, it was before the merge.
Yeah.
So I don't remember seeing that kind of stuff.
I've never been there, so it was my first time. But still, we had Disney differently.
Yeah.
Disney was a different kind of feature and look to it while we were growing up.
But that's like what you draw for your childhood, and that's what you want to experience. So I just wonder, going there and then you're almost... It's weird. It's like almost like you're wanting to go in time travel and experience Disney in that kind of way. But then going there and then you're like, oh, I'm still in the modern world and I'm still being bombarded with Avengers and everything else.
Yep, exactly.
Did it feel like that? Oh
yeah.
God, Layla. She's just jumping around, guys.
She is such a bitch today. Here she comes again. Damn it. Her butt.
Sorry, guys.
Please, I'm going to have to blur that out. I'm going to have to blur it out.
Cat vagina.
Blur out. God damn it, Layla.
Lady. No one wants to see
You're a lady, Layla. Oh my gosh. But essentially, I would rather it just be like the things that I grew up with. Yeah. But now, knowing Disney, it is superhero related.
Kind of is, isn't it?
So
you have princesses and superheroes.
Yeah, exactly. With that being said, recently in news, I noticed that there was a lot of different things that were coming up in regards to movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
So for one of them, you will know there's The Punisher, Jessica Jones, The Defenders, all of that on Netflix. It is now stated and already published everything that The Punisher, after 2 successful seasons, is now canceling. Along with Jessica Jones, who will come out with a season 3, she will be put on ice indefinitely.
Yeah, and I think the reason for that is the Disney merger, because Disney is actually making a streaming app, and I think they're going to take all the superhero stuff and put it on there.
I bet. Just like DC?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're going to do that. I understand why they're going to do that, but...
Money.
But the thing is like, we sit there and we complain about Amazon being a monopoly. Netflix is that.
Yeah.
But the thing is and to be honest, I'm actually subbed to the DC Universe one, and they actually have some decent fucking content that's coming out on it. We're able to go back and watch Young Justice. We're watching all the old animated stuff that we really enjoy. But then the Titans, the live action Titans, better than I thought it would be.
That's what I've heard.
It's
except for
really good.
I don't know if I can watch it without thinking, get out of my house!
Yeah, I already got to those episodes. I was like, it's Bad Castle!
You guys will have to watch Blue Mountain State to figure out what we're talking about.
Technically, he was Aquaman first.
He was Aquaman
before
first.
He was sad.
Smallville. Got it.
Knowledge bomb. Boom.
Drop the mic.
But that's why I think we're seeing a lot of this thing. We're seeing a lot of the stuff being taken away, and we're seeing a lot of it canceling, because I think that they are going to end up making it content that you have to pay for in order to to sub, to have it there. I do think there is going to be a big change when the Avengers end, or not necessarily end, but when they get rid of all the main people, because the Avengers team is actually really huge, and you can have different characters, and they can always keep bringing them in, but I don't know if they're going to keep doing that into the big motion picture broad spec of it, or if they're going to start putting that on a streaming app and
making it smaller chunks.
Because some of the stuff on Netflix, I thought was written better than some of the movies. Like, I really enjoyed the character development, and you have that time to do that.
Yep.
Versus,
I absolutely love Jessica Jones.
Yeah, I really liked. I was not, when I saw the thing, I was like, not sure. But honestly, I really enjoyed that. Luke Cage,
not good.
Kind of boring.
I didn't finish it.
Iron Fist. I really liked the last season. I really enjoyed it. And then when I found out they were going to cancel, that sucked. Yep. Daredevil.
I love Daredevil. Then they canceled it.
Yep.
Same with The Punisher. Everybody's eating it up, but now they're canceling it.
They're either canceling because they're going to pull it back and they're going to redo this somewhere else, or you're also having actors who don't want to be stuck in a role for 10 years. Which
brings us to Wolverine.
Yep, that's how we serve it up. Go down here.
That's how we serve it up. So, along with the TV shows being canceled, news is now making headway that certain characters are no longer going to be part of the Marvel universe and also DC universe. So Gwyneth Paltrow just announced her retirement from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which, I mean, there is no surprise there.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they would do after this Avengers movie. She's technically pregnant now.
Oh, is she? Oh, in the movie.
In the movie.
Got it.
In the movie, and I don't know what they're planning to do.
Quickly.
Right.
Wait a minute, what? He's not even on planet. Ooh,
when she
never told him.
She never, yeah. So it seems like...
Wait. That means Iron Man...
It could be a father.
No, that means he is fucking... what's it called? Not empathic, but he's got like that, because in the beginning of the Avengers, he's like, I see myself with a kid.
Yeah.
Ah!
So, and I think... I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'm just making it up in my head because I want it to happen. But, you know, she's going to be planning to leave. Chris Evans already stated that he's not re-signing.
Forever ago.
Yeah.
Well, good for him, though, because I heard he wanted to be a director.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and if we go back to the director...
Can we just have a moment of silence that we're going to lose those arms, though?
And please, can we not lose Thor? Because he's hilarious.
And
can we just keep making Thor Ragnarok over and over again?
And not just his arms. But when he goes
his face,
no,
beard,
no. Let me remind you.
Oh, okay.
His arms when he goes from the over grip to the under grip, because he goes and he grabs the helicopter. He's like, and it's just like, yeah.
No, but when he came in to Avengers, what was it, Infinity War or whatever?
Which one?
The last one
with his haircut.
No. Well, that too.
Fucking love his haircut.
So his haircut in that one and his eyeball missing. Hell yeah. Pirate Angel baby. But Chris Evans, when he shows up.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm just like, that beard. I'm like, instantly wet.
You remember that part where he's like, oh, I see your groin went out.
Yeah. You're trying to be me.
I liked that they were finally having some humor in it, and I loved the director and how he went with Ragnarok, because I agree. I think they should just keep doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if you go back and you watch the first Thor, he's not even like that at all.
No.
So I really liked that they were doing that.
I also liked how they did the Avengers movie, where it was really dark, but at the same time you laughed throughout the whole movie. Like, because you're just like, and each group was just amazing, and how they had to contact or come in contact with Thanos.
Yeah.
And they just were able to still laugh. Like, you're still able to laugh within certain...
You're like, this is going to shit, but at least
everybody's gonna die, and this is amazing right now. Yeah, so I loved that. So then, with Chris Evans, obviously Hugh Jackman is not going to be playing Wolverine, which we know Ryan Reynolds...
Oh, well, we knew that was also something.
But I love the banter between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman.
On Instagram in real
Deadpool.
Life. It's so great. So great.
And how I really believe that Ryan Reynolds goes to Hugh Jackman's house in real life.
I'm pretty sure they're fucking friends, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Hands down. There's some things and clips that you can find on YouTube that they're actually talking. But another one is going to be, and we knew this already, but Ben Affleck is no longer playing Batman, so no more Batflick.
I honestly didn't think he did so bad. I thought he did a really good job playing Batman. Yeah. I think a lot of stuff that was switched and redone on Snyder's, I think there was moments where it's definitely Joss Whedon, and the character is a little odd, even with Aquaman, like the whole part where he sits on her lasso and he's like, oh yeah, and you're fucking hot, and then he gets up and like, god damn it, like that's why he was telling the truth. Like, you can definitely see where it switched over. But I honestly liked him as Batman, but I liked him as a dark Batman.
Yes. I like... So again, I've already said this multiple times, but I wish DC would just own that they're darker comics.
Yeah.
And they need to be dark. Most of them. With Ben Affleck...
Batman. It's fucking Batman. That's a dark comic.
Exactly. I mean, you even read the comics and it's supposed to be dark. The pages are dark. Gotham, the TV show, nailed it. Love Gotham. Have you seen it?
I haven't watched it in a long time. I watched the first couple seasons and I felt...
Oh my god, I loved it. Okay.
Because I want to see Batman, not when he's a kid. I want to see...
Yeah, which he's getting to that point now with...
Yeah, but he's so little.
He is little, but now he's starting to be the Batman. But with Batman, or with Ben Affleck, Batflick, he went on Jimmy Kimmel and he actually came out with why he wasn't going to be a part of Batman anymore, or the Batman. And most of it was because within Batman versus Superman, he was actually trying to direct it. So similar to Chris Evans, he is trying to be Batman as well as... Sorry, no, before that, he was actually trying to help direct. But then within Batman versus Superman, I believe he actually stated, hey, I'm no longer going to direct it. I want to just be Batman. And then now moving forward, he's like, hey, I can't be a part of this at all. My vision is just not aligning with what they have coming up. But I'm super excited for the Batman to come out. And then he stated on Jimmy Kimmel.
That's a bullshit answer.
Which I'm assuming. But he looked in the camera and said, I am not Batman, which was really funny.
I get that because like he did Good Will Hunting with Matt. They actually.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
So he honestly can direct. And
oh my god, I love that movie.
But he's directing and acting something that he had control of the vision. And with Zack Snyder, some of his stuff can be.
Isn't the new director like Matt Reed or something like that? Or
I don't know who the new director. I know Zack was the other one, but he definitely has a different way of.
I think they pretty much switched the director and where it's going.
Well, yeah.
So that's why he was like,
quit.
I'm gonna let this be your project and I'm gonna step out, is what he was saying.
Well, and yeah, because Zack ended up pulling out of Justice League because his daughter committed suicide.
Oh god.
So he left, and that's why Joss came in and helped finish the movie and redid a couple things, but like tried to help finish the movie for him because he had family emergency. He had that. He had to go back, and I don't know if he's directing anything recently because of happening so soon. But do you think anything's going to really change as far as, because I know we've talked about in other episodes about how we're getting kind of done with superhero movies, and I do like, even though these ones are going to end, and we don't know if they're going to just put in new Avengers, because again the team is huge. It's not just the core team. Well,
and they started kind of building that within those teaser trailers within Infinity War.
Yeah.
Because they had Captain Marvel be marked.
Well, and you've got Captain Marvel, you've got Black Panther that was just kind of getting started. There's a couple. Did
he die?
Yeah, he got dusted.
So what happens? You can't do another one that's going to be before that.
That's the thing. Spider-Man has a movie, and everyone knows that, but he got fucking dusted. Maybe this ends up being the new 52, and then they killed everything everyone on the Earth, and then we just fucking reset the universe. Who fucking knows how they're gonna do it?
Reset the universe.
But yeah, literally how they do it in that. But
they're like reset.
But are they gonna do new characters? Are we gonna see something different? Because we do have Captain Marvel that looks really good.
Yes. So I feel like there's hope. Soon. Yes. I don't know when, but I noticed we have to Google their plan, because they do have a whole like plan A, plan blah. And they have like a flow chart almost of what's coming out. They actually have a flow chart for another couple of years of what they have planned coming out. Got it.
Black Panther was on there, Captain Marvel was on there, and then they started putting other things on there that they had different names for. But there is a plan, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough of a change and if it would get the same build as Avengers did.
Yeah. Well, on that note with Captain Marvel, I did notice on Nerdist.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm interested, but it's not. I don't know how I feel yet. I'll go see it because I have to for this podcast.
You don't have to. I mean, I can give you the too long didn't read version of it.
I will definitely go see it. But what I've noticed on Nerdist and everybody else, that they had a kind of beginning viewing for...
Yeah, I saw that too. There's people saying they already have like first reviews. I'm like, holy shit, it's not out yet.
And from what I saw, their reactions are glowing with plenty of praise for the film star and soundtrack and effects. So kudos for that. And hopefully it does stand for what it's supposed to be.
Well, and this is going to be Well, besides Black Widow, who should have gotten a movie, this is
the first female one.
This is going to be Marvel's first female.
Can we just say that Scarlett Johansson, she's gorgeous.
She deserved it.
She definitely needed a better building of a character. Her character had no development.
There's really not too much, and you get little bits and pieces, but I think it'd be cool if we had something about Natasha and you got to learn more about her. And maybe she'll be something later down the road, but this is
yes.
first. And there's a fear of me that wondered that if Wonder Woman was trying to rush to get there first before them. But again, with Wonder Woman and DC, I mean, when you think DC Comics, it's fucking Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Yep. Like, it's probably no reason. That's probably why they ended up going to that first, because you can't just fucking sidestep Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Yep.
So
that is coming out.
I do agree, though, with Black Widow having her own. The way that they had the one thing that I always have mentioned is the way that
spy movie, something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and something that because again, her story is awesome. The way that she became
always good.
Yeah.
So like you could have this crazy anti-hero spy thing before she's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The other thing too, though, is as far as Marvel DC goes. Problem that DC is having is they're not developing the characters. So within Suicide Squad, I was super excited. I know, we're going to bring Suicide Squad up. We'll get off of this topic here shortly.
I only liked the Joker and Harley.
I hated Joker.
I liked him.
And it was literally, I have a blog that says Suicide Squad.
Movie? Joaquin Phoenix is going to him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Can we just stop with all that? But
and Harley is going to be on Birds of Prey, sorry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's going to be on the DC Netflix.
DC app, the streamer. But it was literally Suicide Squad, the story of Deadshot with appearances by Harley Quinn. That was the actual movie. With that being said, I feel like they should have had Marvel, and then, or similar to Marvel,
take their time.
They started with Iron Man, then there was Captain America, then you had the Avengers, then you had Thor.
DC goes, here they are.
Suicide Squad! I'm like, who the fuck is this firing dude?
He looked cool. Like, oh, it's like Justice League. Like, hey, here's Justice League. Guess who gets the short end of the stick? Fucking Cyborg.
Yeah.
Cool. You don't even look like your Cyborg character until the very end.
Teen Titans Go!
It's a great movie.
I know. But we are excited, like you said, for Wonder Woman that's coming out.
Yep.
Shazam.
I can't wait for... Okay. Everyone knows that I love Zach Levy. Everyone knows this. He's my second husband. He doesn't know it yet. I love him, but it's not just because it's him.
And you don't have to change your last name.
And I don't change my last name. It's not because it's just him. I'm looking forward for DC doing something fun. I want them to have a fun, lighthearted thing. They did.
And it looks really good already.
It looks good. They did Aquaman, and Aquaman was fun. But with Aquaman, the thing I liked about Aquaman is you're watching this guy play this character that he fucking is having a fun time playing this character.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing I love, is like, this dude is fucking enjoying his job right now. And that's something that you don't see.
But I think Jason Momoa playing anything, he loves everything.
I think besides him playing, what's his name on Game of Thrones?
Khal Drogo.
Yeah. Besides him playing Cal, Aquaman is fucking him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's him. He's just like, whatever. Like, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I personally love fucking Black Manta. I'm all about that life. Love that. And Ocean Master, because I love Patrick Wilson, but I want that fucking helmet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Shazam, I'm really looking forward to that because it's a kid. That's a kid.
So
Shazam's a child. It's like Big, but superhero.
Oh my god, I loved Big.
That's why I'm excited.
It is Big with a superhero.
I know, and who doesn't love Tom Hanks? So I'm excited.
You know what? Can we just take a second that half of my favorite of all people that were in movies, like Bruce Willis, Tom Hanks, Sean Connery, they're all old. Can we just take a second? And I absolutely love them. Even Samuel L. Jackson, even though he looks the same.
Yeah, he just does. They did use the young effect on him for the
Tom Cruise.
He just stopped fucking aging. He's Benjamin Button in that shit. I don't know what he's doing. Jesus.
Oh man! But I went to go this. Actually, this works really, really well. I'll touch base on it real quick because I'm sure you probably didn't watch it.
Okay.
Glass.
I haven't seen it yet.
Fucking upset.
Because it's been bad reviews.
Bad reviews. I'm upset, but also super sad. And I love... So, M. Night Shyamalan.
Sorry, I couldn't.
With it, I think he just butchered the whole thing.
Oh, nuggets.
Those actors, though, fucking destroyed it.
Yeah?
They did a phenomenal job. You have, I can't even remember his name right now. Is it Jason McCoy? McAvoy. Him.
James McAvoy.
Okay.
Charles.
I was thinking of Jason Momoa. Can we just go JM? Bruce Willis, Samuel Jackson, and then the chick, I can't remember her name.
From American Horror Story.
Yes. All of them did
excellent.
a phenomenal job of acting. The supporting characters also did a phenomenal job. But the writing just didn't work.
No.
But James, that guy, to switch between those personalities.
Yeah, I love him. I fell in love with him
He goes from like a little kid, a 7-year-old, to the 60-year-old woman that's like, oh, let me go ahead. The beast will be coming out. I was like, what the fuck? I was terrified. And then Bruce Willis made me cry at the end. So there's that.
He makes everyone cry.
I absolutely love him. And
You
all I
seen
wanted him,
He was great in Looper.
all of what I wanted Bruce Willis to do because of M. Night Shyamalan is be like, just once in the movie, I see dead people.
It's not him. Never mind, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. If you haven't seen it, which I can't believe no one's seen that movie now.
What movie? Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Well, that's an M. Night Shyamalan.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's why I just wanted him to say it.
I was about to like spoil the end and be like, oh, for the people who haven't seen it, that'd be a shit move.
I know. But it would work.
Yeah.
And then they should just blend them all together. So really, it's Unbreakable, Split, Glass, and The Sixth Sense. It's a 4-movie.
You know what you need for another Shyamalan is Lady in the Water. That shit's interesting.
Man,
like
he
when
has
it gets
some
a little
interesting. Yeah. So that was just my quick tidbit on that. I highly recommend watching it. I wouldn't have paid. You know what? I'm not mad that I went and bought it at the movie theater. I was okay with seeing it.
We were going to, but it was between that or Alita. So we ended up going to see Alita first. So we saw the Battle Angel.
I would still go see Glass for sure.
Okay. I would,
but don't be like, oh my god, this is going to be the best movie ever.
With like
super low expectations, and you will be like, oh my god, that was an actually decent movie. Or you're going to be like,
super low expectations. You go, that was all right.
That was pretty good. You're right.
I feel like it was worth.
I can go home and I got popcorn. That's good.
If you haven't seen Alita, I would go see it.
I'm excited for that one. I forgot it was out.
It's nice because it's a manga, so it's a little bit different than having. It's still like a superhero thing, but very different.
Oh, that's what I was going off of with Glass.
Yeah,
it is superhero related,
but different.
So definitely watch it, and then I think of because Samuel L. Jackson's in it and he's Glass. Then I think of him as on Avengers. Yes. Nick Fury. Thank you. I got it with this.
I know, we're good at charades.
Why don't we ever play that?
It'd be so good.
We say this every time.
No, we don't say charades every time.
We do.
Trivia, maybe. We fucking don't say charades.
What's the Pictionary?
I don't know.
We would be any game we would be fucking awesome at. Okay. So moving on from that, I was super excited. This is not superhero related, but I just saw that there is going to be a new Wizard of Oz TV show. And
on TV or on Netflix?
I think it's a streaming situation.
Okay.
So they put out that Legendary Entertainment is going to be developing it for TV.
Oh shit.
And with that being said, they are not going to be using Dorothy or anything else. They're going to be creating brand new characters.
I'm okay with that.
I am too. Because I'm so sick. And let's get back on Disney. Full circle. Stop remaking movies in live. If I see another Jungle Book, I'm going to throw up.
Well,
Aladdin.
Prepare yourself for Aladdin and fucking Lion King.
God. Like, seriously, can you just find new writers that will create brand new stories and that are not books and just create?
Yeah, but
why can't we create?
But then we have Princess and the Frog, and I don't know how many
Princess and the Frog?
Yeah. With Princess Taya or something.
Tiara or whatever?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, did that get as many likes as, like, did that get as much as what Cinderella would or like the classics?
So I don't know.
Or are they trying to redo these to get the people now, like the kids nowadays, to get them into Disney because they're rebranding it? They're,
But I want new stuff, Disney. But I do see where you're coming from.
Maybe will probably be 3D animated, but it won't be live action.
Do you see the Princess and the Frog? A lot of girls dress up as her.
Yeah.
Or see her dress around. I have no idea what that means because I've never seen that movie. But again, is because I didn't
grow up on it.
I didn't.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like you have these kids
and I didn't have kids.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like you have these kids that might not want to watch 2D animated stuff.
Yeah.
If I had a kid, that's gonna be shoved down the throat. You're gonna be watching all that shit.
Yeah.
So you're gonna the kids that are gonna do, if they're gonna do new stuff, it's gonna be probably 3D animated. But as far as live action stuff, Disney's gonna pull from their vaults and remake everything because it's a different way to show kids whatever it is. I just don't think they're gonna do anything new anytime soon.
That makes sense. They are making Toy Story 4,
yes,
which makes me super excited, and that goes back on Tom Hanks. We cried in 2 and 3,
and we tried hiding it from each other.
Well, and I tried hiding it from the kid with glasses next to me, and he was like looking up at me like, "This chick is crazy." But I read that Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, reading the last line, both cried.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That just like made me like shiver with feels.
I was like, oh my gosh, that is ridiculous.
We literally, we have to explain to them. Like we went to go see the movie.
Yeah. Toy Story 3.
3, yeah. We went to go see the movie, and I don't know, we were having fun. We're like assholes. We shoot the shit, whatever. Mm-hmm. So we're like, there's times we lean over and giggle and make fun of something. We go, oh my god, so us. Well, fucking dead silent, because you get to the part, spoiler alert, beep beep, there's a spoiler bot.
I'll put one in there.
Yeah, spoiler bot.
Right above your face.
Right on my face. So it gets to the part where they're in the furnace.
Yes,
they're in the furnace, and we're fucking dead silent. Dead silent to each other. And like, I hear...
What the fuck?
I hear that. Like, we're dead. That's weird. We're possessed.
Hold on.
She just screamed, Revan, no. She's yelling at the dog.
I think he's trying to dig out of his kennel.
Probably. So...
I want to join!
So anyway, dead silence, the furnace scene's going on, and like, we're not looking at each other, we're not talking, it's so quiet, and then I look over, so I was like, because I'm holding it back, my face is like, your face like it's like that, I was like, oh fuck.
Or you're biting your lip.
Yeah, so I look over, I don't know why, I decided to look over at Jenna, because I was like, well maybe she's affected. And I see, I shit you not, like I see like she's got the 3D glasses on, and I just see this like tear start forming, right? And then she catches me looking at her, and like I think you realize I'm crying, and we both, it was like we almost were gonna hold hands, but we both kind of looked at each other and went, "Aw," and then we went back to watching the movie.
But then I did look at my right, because you were on my left.
Yes.
And this little boy was staring at me like, this chick is crazy. What is wrong, Mom?
I feel we missed that moment, but I feel like that moment between us, it was almost like we were going to silently hold hands, like for strength to get through it. But instead we looked at each other like, I'm crying. You too? Me too.
But the reason behind that is because we grew up with Toy Story.
Yeah, that was
like Andy was the same age as us moving through the whole movie.
That was a dagger in the fucking heart.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. I was like, like what
and
is
then
happening?
It made me realize that I probably shouldn't get rid of any of my toys.
Yeah, there's some regret from that.
Essentially, that's all I have written down for us to talk about. So, Wizard of Oz, good job on creating new characters, because that's badass.
That's something new. I don't think I've seen anything like that recently. Mm-hmm. Netflix is still pulling some stuff. Like, at least Netflix and Hulu are making original content and making things like...
Oh, like Sabrina? Did you watch it yet?
Oh. I haven't watched it. Like Sabrina, you've got Hulu that made Handmaid's Tale. They have Man on High Castle, I think. Or is that HBO?
There was also...
Or it's Netflix. But they're actually making... their own content, which is why, like, yeah, I'm not happy that Punisher is gone and that Daredevil's gone, but if Disney is going to be making a streaming app, it makes sense for them to start pulling everything off.
Yeah.
And to do it in a way where it's not necessarily abrupt, and I don't think people are noticing what's happening.
Yeah.
And maybe they won't do the streaming, but they almost are stupid if they don't at this point, because you do have DC's already doing it, and Disney/Marvel are going to end up doing that. Yeah,
and Marvel or Disney, if you're hearing this, let us become your marketing directors. That would be great. Thanks.
Yeah, and
I want to live in Walt Disney's apartment on Disneyland. That would be awesome.
We should have Chris on the show. He goes to Disney like every 4 weeks.
So I want to go to Disney, and I will totally I started and I can't stop.
Oh, no.
The other thing I did just read, I forgot that I put this blurb in there about The Wizard of Oz. It's supposed to be the years following the long exiled witch's return to the land of Oz, which she brings fear, division, and war to the entire land, and the only hope is a servant girl who could potentially become the most powerful and dangerous woman in the realm.
Following the long exiled witch's return. So where's that in the
Wicked
timeline?
Witch. So the Wicked Witch, she melted.
She melted.
That's a very good point. I'm gonna have to read more.
Is it a prequel?
But I know
that
the series will deal with characters that have yet to be explored in movies or TV.
Will be interesting.
I'll catch you, my pretty. Oh, it's because of my
Kiki time.
So this means that we're done.
I'm just behind like cat butt.
No, I am. You have just
Oh, nope. No, here we go. Clearly we've reached the end. Our producer
This is the end.
Our producer literally is like, get off the fucking stage. She's done.
She stole my hair tie. She's like, get the fuck off. You're done. So, with that note, always remember to geek responsibly.